Hi everybody, we are back again, and this time we are going to be speaking about pageants, my very favorite topic. And today we have Nompilo Shezi. I will not take her spotlight. I want her to introduce herself. Nompilo Shezi, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, hello. My name is Nompilo Shezi and I'm part of Miss&mr finalist 2025. It's been a journey and here I am on the last days. Since the grand finale is near.
Oh, when is it? When is the grand finale?
24 May, so probably it's Saturday.
All the best, my love. That's really, it's just now.
Hello,
all the
just
best.
hours.
It's just we're counting down.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with an icebreaker question. If you could create a platform or initiative to support young women in South Africa, what would it focus on and why?
I will focus on a development of skills. Having a skill is something that will always give you a backup if life doesn't go the way that you expect.
Yeah.
We also have like education, open doors for you. But if education fails, what do you have? So the moment you have a skill, you already have a backup. So that is the platform that I'll create for women.
Oh, that is amazing. I love how you said when education doesn't work,
Yes.
You have to have a skill, something that you have to, get you back on your feet.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. So you've been involved in various pageants and platforms centered around sisterhood and women empowerment.
Yes.
How do you think these themes have impacted your personal growth and perspective?
As you go around moving in different pageantries, you find yourself. You find different capabilities of yourself. So though you find new personalities, the moment you find yourself in different fields, you also grow. So what I have found about sisterhood, women empowerment and everything, I have decided to be a person who's open-minded.
Yeah.
Meaning being in a pageant allows you to think outside of the box and also humanize. Have humanity, sympathize, but at the process of sympathizing, also encourage people to take care of themselves. Being self-disciplined is what I always advocate for. Being disciplined also allows you to have a direction and pinpoint so many things out of your life.
Oh, I love how you are such a woman empowerment girly.
Like
How did it come about that? Like, when did you just wake up in the morning? You're like, you know what? Let's empower women. Like,
Laila, you find at the moment you enter pageantries, you find yourself. You find your personalities, as I'm saying, you find new capabilities about yourself. The moment I entered pageantry, I was like, I'm not this talking person, but right now here I'm a spotlight person. So the moment I came into a pageant industry, that's where I discovered myself. Actually, you're definitely not a shy person. Why don't you challenge yourself?
yeah, like get yourself out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
So there are a lot of people who are not comfortable with getting out of their comfort zone because they fear that maybe it might not work out for me. So for you, how did it go about you saying, you know what, let me step out of my comfort zone and see what I can accomplish by, letting go of my fears? So what advice would you give to people who are scared of stepping out of
comfort zone? So one thing that I always say to myself, don't be comfortable. The moment you be comfortable, that means there's something that you're doing that is wrong. Dreams are so scary. So the moment you become comfortable, there's definitely something that you're doing in the wrong way. So the moment you step out of your comfort zone, you challenge yourself in a different perspective. So what I could say to someone, I would say, be a multitasking person. Being a multitasking person allows you to get new skills, to read different people's mindsets. So the moment you read different mindsets, you also see yourself, actually, I can change myself to certain things. So don't be a comfortable person. Always multitask so that you can develop new skills.
Girl, I hear you. Like, that touched me. Because, that's true. It was also very hard for me to get out of my comfort zone. But I was like, you know what? If not me, then who?
Exactly.
If not now, then when are we going to do it, So you also mentioned believing in an extra hand.
Yes.
Someone willing to help when you reach out. Can you share a time when someone's support made a significant difference in your journey? In your journey, is it like not only Miss Revolve or whatsoever on pageantry, I mean in general?
In general, the person that will always go beyond the expectation is my mom. So
true.
even if I'll be like, I can't do this. My mom always show up for me. So me believing on an extra hand allowed me to say, there are people who can actually help you the moment you move out of your comfort zone. So the only thing that you need to be the voice. You need to move out from that place that you're at in order for people to see you. So me advocating also for an extra hand or believing in an extra hand, it's because there are always people who are willing to help. You just need to move from the position that you're in to another side.
And be willing to ask for help.
Exactly.
So there are people who don't believe in asking for help. They feel like in this life you came alone. I'll do it alone. Yeah. Understand? So how can we restructure those people's mindset to know umuntu ngabantu? You know that phrase of African okay, umuntu ngabantu. How do we now get out of not comfort zone, but how do we change our mindset into coming to a point of you can ask for help when you need help. You don't necessarily have to be thinking, okay, I'm alone in all of this.
Okay, one thing that I could say, it's not easy to ask for help, but also you surrounding yourself with certain people also allow you to be free. So you can't tell me you can't always speak when you need help. There are some people that pay attention to small details. That's why it's important to surround yourself with people that care. We should come straight to sisterhood. The moment you come into a pageant industry, there are people that will be like, oh, I understand. I don't see Nompilo, where's Nompilo? That's why we have social media where you can engage. So having a WhatsApp, having someone to share your mind and your imagination, give you a space of speaking. So the moment you speak, and there's someone who's going to speak for you. So surrounding yourself with people that drive to what you imagine or what you believe and give you that time.
That's true. Surrounding is very important, guys. Yes. So next question. As someone who values mental health and skills programs, what initiatives would you like to see implemented to support young women in South Africa?
I think it's not easy living in a Ramaphosa economy. So many things, they can only be drafted and not be seen, right? So me believing on skill development and everything, one thing that they should also give us, that one thing they should give it into our attention, or should they give us, I'm sorry. Okay, that one thing they should pay attention or bring it into our attention. It's also saying if education fails you, there's something can fall on. Because right now we have so many people graduating, and right now it's June. We're going to have new graduates. So at that time, they should have something that they fall on. If education fails you, they should give us more information about institutions that advocates for development of skills, schools that can give people free education or free skills programs. So on that, it will also lessen the number of people that are unemployed. So having a skill is not just you keeping it to yourself, but also sharing the information with other people. So that one thing that I would say, it also giving us an attention and a space and give us that vision of having schools with skills.
Yeah, true. So you've been touching on if education fails you. So what do you mean by education failing you? Because we do have schools that provide free education. Not free education, but you go to school, but it's government sponsored. Yes. So what do you mean by education fails you?
When I say that, we have a less resources, should I say poor service. There are some townships or some rural areas that are not able to reach certain things. And we are not familiar when it comes to technology. There are some people, it's tough for them to try and apply. We can ask someone from school, do you understand how do you get a prospectus for a certain university, which is challenging on its own. So if education fails, that's what I'm saying is because you go to school, study, you have matric, and then what do you do? After that, there are some people who don't even know where to start. So as me being like, I have matric, but I haven't gone extra mile on that, right? That's where it led me to being, okay, let me use my hand to do some certain things. Being a hairdresser have allowed me to be an open-minded person. So as being a hairdresser allowed me to say, actually, there are so many things we can do with our own hands.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't able to go to university. Let me try and make use for what I have.
That's very touchy. So for you, why didn't you continue with school? Is it because of circumstances, or you just decided, you know what, I want to make money. I don't have time for school.
Okay, right now I'll be like, I want to make money, but at the end you also need a paper. All right. The moment you have a paper, that's where you can get some attention to some people. That's where you're gonna get some sponsors,
Yes.
bursaries, and everything. So the moment I believe as a hairdresser have allowed me to be an open-minded person. I'd be like, I didn't finish. I also touch on poor services, right? Me not knowing more about technology have also been a disadvantage, because right now I'm paying attention. I've been busy trying to apply for a second semester, and I will be like, oh, if someone have taught me this earlier, I would have been far. So also a poor services also to especially more
Discourage you. Yeah. So are you saying that what did you touch on? No, you did. You said, what am I forgetting? Okay, I'll come back to that question. Okay, so with your diverse background in hairdressing, promotion, and TV screen work, girl, when you are doing your best, okay?
Yes.
So how do you think your skills can be leveraged to create jobs and opportunities for others?
One thing that I believe in is that in everything that you have mentioned is being an inspiration. So definitely social media making our lives easier. People are able to just tap in and know more about you. So the moment as I'm being a hairdresser, I'm being a TV screen, I'm being a promoter and everything, that on its own speak on my behalf. If someone wants to tap in and say, I want this certain person to work with. So that on its own allows me to have a picture and an image.
No, of how somebody can work.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I think I remember now. You spoke about why in Kotwa? Okay, you did touch on what's this? Let me bring back. So I asked you skills. Oh, so you said Nkotliwe. As in Nkotliwe. So okay, next question. Because you did speak and then I forgot again. So you appeared on several notable shows, including The Black Door, Generations,
guys,
and Women with Purpose.
Yes.
What do you think is the most important message you've conveyed through your work?
Through my work is that multitasking is also important. You must not focus on being on one field.
Yes.
As you can go through my page, you will see that I'm not on one space, but I'm moving around. As you move around, you find yourself in different perspectives, right? So the moment you move, you also discover yourself. So me being on those different industries and meeting different people allow me to go also have a different mindset.
True.
So yeah, that on its own G.
So how did you do it, girl? How did you go for Generations?
I don't know, but one thing that I know for sure, it was me getting a number of Nompilo. There's this girl that is Nompilo Mwelase, if I'm not lying.
Okay.
It's the girl with casting for Boom. Is it Bam? Yeah. Like the Black Door generation. I think it's something that involved the ETV industries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So me having her number was
helpful.
It was helpful because I was able to approach. Actually, I love being on in television industry. How can I get in?
Yeah.
The girl was like, I can give you number for certain casting agencies, and you are the one who needs to face them.
Okay.
So you advertise yourself today. I'm not the one who's just gonna say, here, do this and everything.
Yeah.
You need to do it yourself. So here are the numbers. You're gonna speak to them.
I love how you explore your talents, you explore your skills. You're not only focusing on just being a pageant girl, but you do various things, and also you're not very scared to ask for help. That's very nice, somebody who doesn't fear getting out of their comfort zone and facing their fears. Congrats, man. Congrats on that. So, next question. You're pursuing a project with higher grades on SABC 1.
Yes.
What excites you about this opportunity, and what do you hope audiences take away from it?
Okay, me being on a higher grades, which is it's an upcoming telenovela, should I say so? It was me being in a field with people that I've seen as a young child. I've seen Dumsani, the one on Generation.
Yeah.
That did it,
Yeah.
generation that we know.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Generation that we know. So the moment I was there on the stage, seeing them performing, it also gave me a platform that anything is possible. A person that motivates you, you can stand on that stage with this very same person. So me being on that have allowed me to say, actually, you have capabilities, my girl. You just need to put more effort.
Yeah.
So definitely higher grade have taught me that you got capabilities.
You got this.
You got this. Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad that you also believe in yourself. So, what role do you think women empowerment plays in shaping the future of South Africa? And how can we work together to create more opportunities for women?
So the world that we're creating as a woman, should I say, it's a world of being fearless. Being fearless, being bold, and speaking without being nervous. So that on its own have allowed me to say, as women, we're not afraid. We just needed that platform to speak out loud and be heard. So that on its own have given us power to speak our mind and to set our goals higher.
Girl, you are winning, Miss Revolve. Yeah, but I am blessing your journey.
Thank
So,
you.
last question: looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations, both personally and professionally, and how do you plan to make a lasting impact?
Oh, that was the question. That was the question. Hello. This is the final question.
Yes.
Right, and indeed it is the final question. I don't know. Can you please repeat?
Okay. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations, both personally and professionally, and how do you plan to make a lasting impact?
Okay, a lasting impact that I want to do. Actually, I'm a person that also love farming. Right. As I love farming, there's something that I want to leave it as a mark. I want to open a farm that will give all the people a platform to work again. We have grannies, we have grandparents, grandpa, grandma that are the breadwinners on their homes. So as we have a restriction that a person that is above 35 can no longer work. So that on its own have allowed me to say, let me try and think of something that will be permanent changing to our people. So when I get into farming that way, I understand that all the people, they love farming. They love to engage with nature. So me being on that specific field will allow me to say, actually, you're doing a change that another person can visualize or imagine the way that you imagine. Yes.
Powerful. So please give our audience maybe something like a motivation on anything, because you do a lot of things, so I cannot specify on what you should say. Yeah, please look at the camera.
Okay, one thing I can say to a person who's watching or a person who's listening right now is that be self-disciplined. Being self-disciplined allows you to think positively most of the time. As you think positive, so many ideas come to you straight. So the moment you think positive also attracts positive. So the moment you think better of yourself, you allow yourself to explore so many things. And you being self-disciplined save you from a lot of things. And also pay attention to your surroundings. That on its own, that is the motivation, my girl.
Got it. Oh, thank you so much. You. It was an honor to have you. This was such an insightful conversation, and good luck on your journey. I'm blessing you. You should be Miss Revolve, please. That was it from the KJL Real Talk from me and Nompilo. We had such an amazing and insightful conversation. Till next time. Mwah.